The opening scene features a scientist who is in the middle of his experiment. He assimilates a strange device into his body, after which he undergoes a sudden transformation, with his eyes turning blue. The scene then cuts to a young delivery man, Lang Jun, who is working his night shift while driving through the road of Xingyi City. He hears the news of a former archer named Yang Xiaochuan who has disappeared mysteriously. It turns out to be the 5th puzzling disappearance that month in the city. Just then, Lang Jun receives a call from his uncle Zong, who wishes him a happy birthday. He also tells him about a small cake which he has left outside his apartment door. Not long after, Lang Jun comes across an overturned truck in the middle of the empty highway. He quickly gets off his vehicle and goes to check for any survivors. In the back of the truck, he notices an unconscious man whose veins are turning visibly black. Lang Jun approaches the man for help, but the same unknown device from the earlier scene is transferred into his body, causing him to undergo an instant transformation. Shortly after, an armed force from a secret research organization called Sanyulian shows up at the scene. The gang is led by a female captain, and they proceed to apprehend the transforming Lang Jun. However, he soon turns into a giant werewolf and starts attacking them. The gang opens fire toward the creature, but the normal bullets don't seem to have any effect on him. After taking down all the gang members, the werewolf charges towards the captain. In the nick of time, she loads an inhibiting bullet and shoots him down. This appears to have some effect on the werewolf, but it's still not sufficient to capture him as he jumps into the sea and flees. The next morning, Lang Jun swims out of the sea and heads back home in a very weakened state. As soon as he arrives, he starts consuming food, appearing as if he has been hungry for days. However, it soon makes him feel nauseous, prompting him to throw it all up. He also looks at himself in the mirror and is startled to see a reflection of a werewolf. In an attempt to freshen up, he gets himself into the bathtub and falls asleep for a while. Upon waking up, he notices some change in himself. His listening ability seems to have improved greatly, as he can hear the TV news playing at a distant house. Maybe the neighbor's just an a-hole and has the volume on 11. Later that day, Lang Jun faces repercussions at work for abandoning the delivery truck in the middle of the highway. Just then, the boss hurls a can towards him, but Lang Jun immediately deflects it with enhanced speed and power, even cracking a wall. Not wanting to create any more of a scene, he then walks away from the workplace. Subsequently, while strolling in the street, Lang Jun notices a little girl crossing the road. She is almost hit by a fast-moving truck, but he uses his newfound agility to rescue her. Just then, he notices a batch on the girl's dress, triggering a recollection of a childhood incident. It appears that he was bullied by a group of boys when his female friend Chao Yu intervened and fended them off. As a result of this memory, he decides to visit Chao Yu, who is now a skilled boxer. Upon arriving at the boxing arena, Lang Jun notices her in the midst of a fight. Chao Yu proves to be a great and strong boxer, which is evident by how she easily defeats her opponent. But as she celebrates her victory, the frustrated opponent attacks her from behind. Just as she is about to fall from the ring, Lang Jun catches her in his arms. Seeing his heroic rescue, the son of the boxing gym's owner, Wu Neng, challenges him for a boxing duel, which he agrees to. However, Lang Jun, being a beginner, gets quickly knocked down. Meanwhile, the captain and her chief, Xiao Yang, is keeping a close eye on Lang Jun from his monitor. Through their conversation, we learn that the scientist shown in the beginning of the movie is none other than Lang Jun's own father. Xiao Yang instructs her to capture Lang Jun because he is the last chance for their successful experiment. In the next scene, Lang Jun regains his consciousness and finds himself at Chao Yu's house. When she shows up, he notices a bandage on her cheek that has a sign of Sanyulian. As their conversation unfolds, she shows him a picture of her brother, who has mysteriously disappeared for a few days. Upon looking at the photo, Lang Jun recalls that he's the same person whom he saw in the back of the overturned truck earlier. This makes them realize that her brother is now under the custody of Sanyulian. Before they can devise a rescue plan, Lang Jun senses the arrival of Sanyulian gang members outside the house. As a result, the duo quickly runs away through the back door. They then hide under the assailant's car and attach a tracking device under their vehicle. After the gang departs, Chao Yu wonders why they're after them. In response, Lang Jun tells her that they're behind him because they want the unfamiliar device which is currently inside his body. He also speculates that all of this has something to do with her father. So, Lang Jun decides to meet Uncle Uncle Zong, who is his father's best friend. Following this, he heads to a medical institute where Uncle Zong works as a biochemist. As soon as he arrives there, he notices the people running out of the building due to a fire in the biochemistry lab. Concerned about his uncle's well-being, Lang Jun rushes to the lab only to see him unconscious on his table. He hurriedly helps him out of the lab, successfully preventing him from any harm. When the uncle wakes up, Lang Jun inquires about Sanyulian, but the latter pretends to be unaware about it. Later, Lang Jun is walking back home when he senses someone trailing him. Waiting for the right moment, he apprehends the pursuer, who turns out to be Wu Nang. He takes him to Chao Yu's place to carry out the further interrogation. Wu Nang then reveals himself to be a hacker who wants to retrieve more information about Sanyulian. He goes on to share everything he knows about this mysterious organization. Turns out that Sanyulian is running an offshore oil business, as well as trading high-risk illegal chemical weapons with some overseas military organization. He also discloses that Lang Jun's father and his uncle Zong used to work for the same organization, focusing on cross-device genetic research. According to Wu Nang, all the people are offered the opportunity to play a game before they go missing. Hearing this, Chao Yu confirms that her brother also received the same offer. The next day, Chao Yu is alone on the beach where Lang Jun approaches her. She confides in him about how her brother worked hard to pay her boxing fees. She also believes that he agreed to Sanyulian's offer for money. In response, Lang Jun consoles her, reassuring her that he will bring her brother back. Later that evening, the two friends are walking back home when they're intercepted by Zhao Yang and his henchmen. They demand that he accompany them, or else they will shoot Chao Yu. Thinking about her safety, Lang Jun agrees to go with them. Regardless, Chao Yu can't give up that easily, so she starts chasing their vehicles. She takes a shortcut and manages to catch up to a vehicle with Lang Jun. She then uses her boxing prowess to fight the guards before driving away with her friend. In the aftermath, the duo drive to Uncle Zong's lab, seeking answers. This time, Uncle Zong finally admits that he and Lang Jun's father used to work for Sanyulian. He details their genetic research, explaining how they extracted human-compatible genes from wild wolves to create a special substance named palisai. This substance could modify human genes and cure any kind of disease. But when Lang Jun's mother passed away, his father became so depressed that he didn't want to continue working. Despite this, he was forced by Sanyulian, and they even locked him inside a laboratory to work. One fateful day, the lab caught fire, which resulted in his tragic demise. This revelation infuriates Lang Jun, and he vows to avenge his father's death. But Uncle Zong tries to stop him, asserting that Sanyulian is too powerful. Their conversation is abruptly interrupted by the intrusion of the Sanyulian gang, who takes no time in gunning down Uncle Zong. Filled with anger, Lang Jun transforms himself into a black werewolf and engages in combat with the henchmen. Amidst this commotion, the captain shoots him with an inhibitor, reverting him to his normal state. Before they can get him, Chao Yu pushes Lang Jun out of the window and starts fighting the assailants, earning him some time to flee. Right then, Wu Nang shows up and drives Lang Jun away from the scene. That night, Lang Jun sits alone on the beach, mourning the loss of his loved ones. He also looks at the locket given to him by his father that consists of a picture of him with his dad. Later, when Lang Jun shows his locket to Wu Nang, he deduces that it serves as a key to something. After a while of conducting some thorough research, Wu Nang unveils that the symbol on the locket is a map leading to a secret location. As a result, the two set out for the specified location, which is revealed to be an abandoned apartment. Descending to its basement, they come across numerous werewolf scratch marks. While exploring the area, Lang Jun discovers a locked suitcase hidden inside a closet. He uses his locket as a key to open it and finds a tape recorder inside. Upon playing it, he hears his father narrating the creation of his special drug intended to save his ailing mother. First of all, he initiated the experiment on himself and experienced a lot of side effects. As a result, he started working on its refinement, but his mother succumbed to her illness before he could perfect it. In the aftermath, Sanyulian seized the drug from him and began to use it as a lethal weapon, causing numerous fatalities. He tried everything he could to put an end to the company's illicit activities, but failed. Thus, he urges Lang Jun to fulfill his incomplete complete mission. On the other hand, Xiao Yang and his team investigate Uncle Zong's lab and stumble upon the same special drug created by Lang Jun's father. While looking at it, Xiao Yang is suddenly attacked and killed by an unseen assailant. In the next scene, Lang Jun and Wu Nang pinpoint the Sanyulian's highly guarded headquarters, located in a shipyard. Wu Nang hacks the map of the entire area and uncovers a secret air duct passage for infiltration. Meanwhile, inside the headquarters, Xiao Yu is locked up in a cell. During her confinement, she hears her brother's voice from another cell. She hurriedly looks out through a small glass window and sees her brother, who is in a weakened state. She tells him to stay strong, assuring that Lang Jun will come to rescue them. A short while later, Lang Jun and Wu Nang crawl through the air duct and make their way inside the headquarters. As soon as they jump out of the duct, they are ambushed by a group of guards. However, they are no match in front of the formidable Lang Jun. He uses his werewolf power to subdue all the guards, one after another. Following this, Lang Jun heads in search of Xiao Yu, while Wu Nang goes to gather the necessary evidence to expose Sanyulian's illegal activities. Not long after, Lang Jun reaches Xiao Yu's cell, but he does not have the keys to open the door. While searching for them, he is approached by Uncle Zong, who is surprisingly alive. He claims that he used palisai and got revived. Amidst their conversation, a video plays on a monitor, revealing an altercation between Uncle Zong and Lang Jun's father in the past. It becomes evident that Uncle Zong intended to collaborate with company members to create chemical weapons, while Lang Jun's father opposed this plan. In a fit of anger, Uncle Zong locked Lang Jun's father inside the lab, leaving him to be engulfed by fire. This revelation makes Lang Jun realize that Uncle Zong is the mastermind behind all of this. Now that he is finally exposed, Uncle Zong transforms himself into a giant werewolf to attack him, and Lang Jun also follows suit. After this, the two werewolves engage in a fierce one-on-one battle, with Uncle Zong exhibiting greater strength. As they clash, Wu Nang arrives at Xiao Yu's cell with the key and releases her, as well as her brother. After sharing an emotional hug with her brother, Xiao Yu instructs him to escape, while she decides to go help Lang Jun. Following this, she bravely jumps on Uncle Zong and ties his neck with a thick rope. Lang Jun uses this opportunity to pull the rope, hanging him in the air. Xiao Yu then grabs an electric cable and electrocutes the villain, resulting in his ultimate demise. Werewolf a la mode. In the final scene, Lang Jun is seen reading a book titled The War of Werewolf. Meanwhile, a news report announces that all missing individuals have been rescued, and Sanyulian's illicit activities are finally exposed to the public. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.